Scotty's Symphony.
Hello, it's Oliver Morris, your dude. I'm here to talk about Apollo Plus. It's a creator-owned platform where every subscriber helps audio fiction creators such as myself. You can listen ad-free, you can listen to early access, exclusives, behind-the-scenes, supercuts, and more. And there are whole loads of great creators that you would love on there. For Lightning Bolt specific fans, you can get weather reports, which are sort of talks with collaborators about the projects that we have worked on. And also, you can get Lightning Bolts early and ad-free. So if that's the kind of thing that you're interested in, go subscribe now. Go, quick, come on. I ain't got all day. Lightning Bolts. Episode 5. Politics. Idle political fantasies. Tangerine telephones talk to telepaths, taking too much time to turn the tides of indignation. Clandestine thoughts that tick like timepieces, considering and changing the ideas of the sentiment. And as they discuss and as they debate and dictate, as they plan and they ponder and fill chambers with noise, they slowly creep up from the pits of despair. They quickly shake off their chains of oppression. They join arm in arm and they march to the square and promise in death that they'll be forgotten. And they'll all take up shovels and grind up the earth until all that is left is the sod and the dirt, and they'll pile it on Westminster, a clod at a time, until all that is left is a hill. Curtain twitchers. Division enigmatic to keep the prisoner on their toes. Perhaps they were the lucky ones, or perhaps they weren't. Better to count eggs and blessings and chickens and curses, but still, one must always ask the question, I suppose. Photographer disreputable takes pictures that oppose the status quo of this and that, which are vulgar and lack the tact that the written word allows to bury in purple prose or in so many words. Most shuddered when confronted with the pictures from the paper that showed the people taking in one another and the things that they'd done to fellow neighbours and the sheer banality of evil on display that makes you question neighbour Dave, and when he's on about the football again and always hastens up to say, "These bloody foreigners ruined the game." Well, fuck you, Dave. You can stay outside with the death squads roll on by and take those out without Waitrose club cards. Almost sterilised water, sold in almost plastic containers to almost happy people in near perfect harmony. But the discordant rings out truer the closer they put their fingers. Summer Solstice 22. They gathered up upon the mound from all corners of the fair isle, dressed head to toe in robes or weather-beaten anoraks, gathering in early dawn before the dawn had raised its head. The stones stand still, their meaning lost to time immemorial, with the druids leading a humming chant as the sun, bright and crisp, peeks over the horizon, blessing the cold ground with golden rays, blessing the crowd of early morning worshippers with clear orange skies. And as the sun rises, the picketers rise as well, dressed up in their high-vis and marching down towards the station to create their picket lines. What's the purpose of a picket line? Sneer the braying, bloodthirsty reporters. To picket those who go to work, to persuade them not to cross the line, to not scab over the open wound that bleeds profuse in every household. What prayers do the druids sing? Do they sing for brand new harvests? Do they sing for changing seasons? Or do they sing for weeded fields, new bumper crops to be planted? My prayers are for the picketers, standing up on picket lines with their tea in plastic cups, waiting on the world to change. rough sleeper. I remember Ricky and his tent, who camped in the graveyard of Woburn Chapel, and he'd say cheapest ever rent, but fuck me, it's cold in winter. And he used to drink the sacrament, and he'd choose to sip on gin, if choosing, and he'd fall into the bushes pissed, much to everyone's amusement. I remember one day he came back absolutely laden down with all these plastic Asda sacks that he'd gotten from the local food bank. They'd just given them away, chore. He had this sense of right and wrong. He knew when to land a punch. He knew when to live and when to let live, even when he was steaming drunk. Brought low by life, he mowed the grass in the graveyard where he pitched his canvas. Ricky may not be pious, but I assure you that his work is. So when I passed the sleeping man outside the doorstep of the church garden, I think of Ricky and his burdens and leave the fella to sleep. Like Ricky would have let me sleep, and I would let him. And so on, gentlemen, let rest your lost men in sodden trousers. You've been listening to Lightning Boltz, Episode 5, Politicians. All poems were written and performed by Oliver Morris.